framing and reframing. Now, what is that? Well, first, we always begin with the quantum glass. I always ask the question, is the glass half full or half empty? Yeah, most of you know you're supposed to say half full, and for some of you, it legitimately is half full. Some of you don't want to share, well, the glass is really half empty. You know what the question means, but it's half empty for you. The reality is, it's a trick question. Because the glass is always, 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 always both. Half full and half empty. And the real question is, who are you when you look at the glass? If you are half full when you look at the glass appears half full. If you're half empty, the glass here appears half empty. Now, while it might seem to be a trite or cute or, kind of almost even a trivial tool, this provides you the basis for one of the most powerful aspects of neural pattern work, which is your ability, sometimes I call it flipping, sometimes I call it the other position, sometimes you'll hear me call it pivoting. There's any number of ways that we talk about when you look at your reality and you own that reality. And for example, for most of you, that reality comes as a result of my history. It comes as a result of what I've tried and succeeded at and what I've tried and failed at and, what I know and what I believe. And reality, you are very comfortable for the most part. It happens. It's predictable for many of you. And that gives us a certain sense of calm and certainty and capability. I go to work every day, I come home, I get a paycheck, I sell, I get commissions, I work hard, economy's good, economy's bad, I can't. You're in a real estate market, you begin to want to make a big life shift, and let's say you want to become an incredible real estate investor. Well, now we can't look necessarily at the software and programs for what that means. We have to look at the software and programs for how do I change? Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it fun? Is it problematic? Can I? Can't I? When is it safe for me to do so? When can I jump in? When do I cannonball into the middle of this? When do I, just barely stick my toe into it? How do I do this? When? You'll go through all the things that allow you, even in this unpredictable environment of making a shift. And there's money riding on this, perhaps. There's ego riding on this, perhaps. There's a number of things riding on it. You'll go into this process and say, I know what this is, and in this world, you're going to go on this scale of 1 to 10, where I'm going to be this investor. Investors, you're going to look at, and you have an internal clock that says investors need to be smart, and investors need to know where to get money, and investors need to be savvy, and investors need to know a lot about the construction industry and project management because you're constantly rehabbing or improving, and you need to know legal and insurance and all of this. And you'll look at yourself and go, well, so I'm pretty smart. I'll give myself an 8. Money, I've got it. It's in my 401k. I'll give myself an 8. But I'm savvy in my job. I'm a savvy parent, perhaps. But man, as a real estate investor, man, that's kind of scary. I could lose a lot of. That's a 2, and I got some knowledge of construction, or I don't. And you'll go through and you'll say, I'm a 6.5, and I know this, and I'll work to become a 6.6. And I'll work to become a 6.7. And then you'll do something with a great man like Anthony Chara. And Chara teaches you savviness and construction principles and access to money. And you might say, well, technically, I understand intellectually, I'm really an 8.5 now, which means I should invest. However, I have these fears, I have these emotions. There was a time when I was an 8.5 and I invested and it was 2000 and I had a great year in 2000. Then when the market bombed in 2001, oh my gosh, so I know this 8.5 environment, I know these fears and emotions. I'm trying to manage them. And you will undermine, back away from things that things that we talk about in a common sense here. And so that's why we spend so much time, and this is why Anthony and I work so well together, because it's not, giving you investment laws. Anthony's awesome at that. I'm giving you the software that allows you to think and believe and focus like a big investor. And so in this world of framing and reframing, where the positions that we take are constantly flipping back and forth. You go into your first deal, you have a great meeting with a money entity. You get excited. Money says no. You get upset. You have a second meeting. You have a side meeting in parallel with you're looking at properties. You make an offer. The offer looks good. You get excited. The offer gets turned down or gets modified. You get depressed. For most of you, not all, but most of you, you are doing the right things, thinking what you think are the right thoughts, working very, very hard at not spilling the milk, not making mistakes, doing what you should be doing, kind of creeping forward, staying well within your headlights. But when you think about staying well within your headlights, you drive past your headlights all the time. There is no way on a highway in the middle of the night, then your headlights only go out 200 feet and you're zooming along 70 miles because you have a lot of predictability and comfort and faith in the fact that you're safe. There's no what's going to happen to you. Well, a deer could jump out. Well, I'll slam on my brakes, and besides, deers don't jump out. What else is going to hurt me? Well, a car is stopped. Something happens. In an investment model or in other shifting, changing psychology, you back it off and say, no, I can't drive that way. That's silly. But then you've got to let Anthony drive for you. You've got to let other people help you with the steering wheel. But you can't slow down, because if you're trying to be an investor on a highway of deals and you're moving 5 miles an hour so that you're very, very safe and never move out of your headlights, you never make an investment deal either. So your ability to look at this glass and feel these positions flipping. I can, it's safe, it's not, I will, I won't. It's dangerous. It's a risk I'm willing to take. I can. It's a risk I'm not willing to take. As you flip back and forth, the thing that you have to be very, very cognizant of is the frame can be either that this is good or bad, this is smart or it's not, it's risk, it's acceptable risk, it's unacceptable risk. It's just that most of you are busy applying an EQ frame that says intellectually, I know I should, I know I can, but emotionally, I have fears, I have history, I got problems with trying to do these things and make it health, make it money, make it love, make it anything, make it investing. You have to realize that the frame is always your choice. That's why this is a trick question. Who are you when you're looking at the deal? The deal doesn't embolden you, you embolden the deal. The numbers don't make you safe. You're safe wherever you go, because in essence what you have is software that says, I'm safe, obviously, when I make money, and I'm even more safe when I lose money, because that equals lessons and experiences. And with Chara's help, I'm able to limit my losses, or I have a really good secondhand opinion looking at these processes. so that you feel good no matter what. You have the ability to choose to frame.